So we've got the Garrard DD75 listed locally on Facebook Marketplace. I've noticed it takes about 7 to 14 days, or at least 2 weeks, for the vintage turntables I throw up there to get any kind of traction. Um, so we still got another week before we have to throw it up on eBay. I avoid that platform like the plague because the fees are just so stinking high. But I'm really impressed with this DD75. It's got a Shure M95 ED on there. I've been playing the Gorillaz' latest one, The Mountain, on there, which is a really good album. And as far as this Zero 2000B, we're really close to buttoning them up. And actually, we are going to button her up. So we've swapped out the platter bearings with the aftermarket washers and ball bearings. Hopefully that gets rid of the rumble. We've also addressed the tone arm, and we've added some lubrication to the platter bearings, not platter bearings, but the bearings underneath the tone arm. And then we also took this counter off. So underneath this plastic counter right here, there is a little retaining clip. Once you remove that clip, all of this just kind of comes out. And then we took some rubbing alcohol in an old toothbrush, and we cleaned out the gears. And so this little gear right here is moving much smoother, no resistance on that whatsoever. And that was causing the tone arm to kind of like, when it came over to set down on the tone arm rest, it would go down and then like go off and towards the disc. It wouldn't land proper right there. Also freed up that friction pin, which had not been freed up in my previous service of this, but like this was the first 0100 series of Garrard that I'd ever touched, so I didn't know what that was supposed to do. So we've got that moving freely, so I'm kind of curious on how that's going to influence the tone arm movement. But as soon as so the Mountain is a 2-disc album, so as soon as we finish side B on disc 1, we're going to put this Garrard back together, put her back in her bass, hook her up to that stereo system, and then we're going to give her a run through the paces. I realized that hooking it up to the stereo isn't going to solve my problem because those are 60 some odd year old speaker drivers, and I hear the hum through my setup here in my office. So I've hooked the Garrard back up to my Sansui, and we're balancing out the tone arm, and we're going to go and see if it got rid of the rumble here in the system that I actually hear the rumble at. The 0100 series, every other tone arm I balanced is like, hey, make sure this thing's level. But on the Zero series from Garrard, it says, hey, balance it until the needle is hovering at about the thickness of, oh, zoom out, zoom in, where are we at? The thickness of 1 record. And so that's Led Zeppelin's In Through the Out on there, which looks good to me. So we're going to set the tracking force, and then we're going to run a record to make sure we got the rumble eliminated. If we didn't, there's one other thing we can do, and that's replace the motor mounts. But I checked those, and the rubber is still pretty good. So maybe this is just a rumbly turntable. I don't know. But yeah, let's get this set up and find out. Probably put some silicone on those new bearings because it's running a little bit slow. So think out for these stroboscopes. Let's get those balanced right there. We want those to stay perfectly still. There we go. All right, let's see. Oh, shit. God damn it. So not only did those aftermarket platter bearings not fix the rumble, we're now having issues with sound coming out of the turntable just in general. And so there's none whatsoever. Playing just fine. No sound whatsoever. It's very low out the left channel. So I had my other turntable hooked up to those inputs before this, so I know that it's not the receiver. It is 100% probably my soldering job on this damn thing. Yeah, we're gonna unhook it and put it back on the board and go from there. Before jumping to conclusions on a channel being out, make sure the other speaker's hooked up into your damned receiver. Yeah, just a little home audio tip from fucking Mike. Yeah. All right, so the unplugged speaker, to no one's surprise, was why that right channel wasn't playing for either one of those turntables. Um, oh, I didn't do video of it, but I put the album over on my dual, and it had the same problem. I'm like, no, this is not right. And then, yeah, I just saw that the speaker was unplugged. Huh? Love a simple solution, but the Garrard, it still has rumble at the beginning of the album. So I can either, I think this is going to be the plan of attack. I am going to replace the motor mounts. Well, first thing, no. Replacing the motor mounts is going to be the last thing I'm going to do. I'm going to apply some silicone 3-in-1 to those new plastic platter bearings. And then I've got some sewing machine oil that I'm going to put to the spindle for the idler wheel and on the motor, because maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe I need to relubricate the motor. Okay, first things first. Lubricant, and then if that doesn't do it, we'll do the motor mounts. I do have new aftermarket motor mounts for this thing, and if that doesn't work, we'll look at the motor. And if it's the motor, then to be quite frank, I may just put the original platter bearings in there. Or not. No, I don't think so. I think we'll call that. I think we'll do the lubricant and then see if we can't, and then if it's the motor, relubricate the motor and then call it a day. Since to replace it, I've come to the, so it's not the new platter bearings. It's not, I relubricated the idler wheel, at least the post it rotates on. And if it's the, I don't think it's the motor mounts. Those still have a lot of, but to replace the motor mounts, I've got to take the motor out anyways. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to take the motor out, take that damn thing apart, clean it out, and put new lubricant, new oil in that thing. Because at this point, I'm dollars to donuts. That's the fucking problem. But that's a tomorrow Mike thing. I have a movie, a pizza, and some brown water to drink. Side note, this new Gorillaz album is really good.